my
But,
HP
so,
back.
oh.
Nope.
So with Braum, always try to dodge his Q. Always think about his Q. Try to think if I was Braum, where am I gonna put my Q at? And try to get out of that before he even throws it. That's one of the abilities that you can't really react to because it's so fast traveling that you just have to predict where he's gonna use it.
Alright, I do no damage to him.
What does he have? He doesn't even have that much armor, surprisingly, either.
Yeah. Not even that much. 400. Alright. Wombo. Oh, I thought that was Rango. So I thought I was screwed, but I'm still screwed.
There you go. I flash shielded you.
I had like a mini heart attack. I was like, oh my god.
No, that's
Whoa.
GG.
Yeah, GG.
Nice. Nothing better than a kill in the fountain.
Yeah, it's always the best.
So we only have 10 minutes left, so that's not really time to do anything like the normal or anything. Do you have any? It's enough time to do Q&A. Do you have any questions? Anything general?
Yeah. How do you beat Caitlyn?
Okay, so Caitlyn, she's the best laner in the game.
Yeah.
She will bully you out of lane. The way you beat Caitlyn is you think to yourself, this guy picked Caitlyn to win lane and lose game. Caitlyn, she just has such a bad mid game. I can't even pick her in solo queue anymore. Wild Turtle is one of the best Caitlyns in the world, and he doesn't even play her anymore because of her bad mid game. She gets dutied on by every top laner. She gets dutied on by Rengar. She just wins lane. She's gonna win lane if she knows what she's doing. She has 650 range. There's really no trick to beating Caitlyn. But the one thing there is, if you can get to lane before the Caitlyn and get your shove on and get your level 2 first and kill Caitlyn at level 2 or burn her summoners, you'll win the lane. When she falls behind, she's so bad. She's like the biggest piece of shit champion when she falls behind. She's there to win lane and take towers. And when she falls behind, she can't take towers. So
Alright.
I would just press super hard for level 2 against Caitlyn. That's the most important thing about laning against Caitlyn.
Alright.
Any other questions?
Yeah, what do you like with Lucian when you lane against Lucian? Like he just runs up and queues you on, level 1 and literally half your HP bar is missing. You're like, what the fuck just happened?
Against Lucian, I would recommend running, you know how you do 2 attack speed quints? I would go 1 armor quint instead of an attack speed, and I would go, I would split the HP better with the armor. So 4 armor, 40 HP, like I said. So that'll give you 40 HP and 8.5 armor, if I remember correctly. You'll be able to lane a lot better against Lucian with a little bit more armor.
Alright.
Armor is so important in bot lane. Like, I would run that page against Caitlyn too, an armor quint. She is gonna auto attack you. There's no avoiding that. She is gonna land Qs every now and then. I would run an extra armor quint. I do every single. I always run an extra armor quint.
Alright. What do you do if your team is behind?
So when your team is behind, well, there's 2 things that can happen. There's 2 situations. Are you ahead and your team is behind, or are you behind and your team's behind?
Most of the time, I'm usually ahead, but my team usually just falls short.
Okay, so when you're ahead and your team is behind, you have to expect the four-man bottom. You have to read your lane for ganks. Their support's not when their support and their AD carry are behind. They're not gonna walk up past their minion wave for no reason at all. When they do that, you read gank. You just back off. Even if you're not getting ganked and they're just playing weird, at least you were safe about it.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to expect the four-man ganks. And when you waste their time like that, and they don't get, and their team doesn't get kills from their four-man ganks, they just wasted so much time while your team was catching up. I think that's the most important thing about your team being behind and you being ahead is to pressure your lane, to force other lanes to try to help them, but make sure they don't get anything for it.
All right.
So that comes with map awareness. Where do I expect their jungler to be? Mid and top are both shoved to their towers, like our tower, like your towers. You're gonna expect the jungler to come bottom because you're the only one ahead. So you just have to make sure that they don't get anything for ganking you. You want to waste their time.
All right. What do you do against the kill lane bot lane?
Against the kill lane bot lane, you just have to keep in mind that you will outscale them. Pretty much. Even if, like, honestly, if you're giving up like half a wave even to just not die, that's worth it. You just have to make sure you don't give them kills. That is the only thing that can't happen. You just cannot give them kills. And they just fall off so hard. Even if you miss just like ridiculous, like more farm than you've ever missed in your entire time playing this game, did not give them kills.
Alright. Alright.
Because if it's Jarvan, Lee Sin, they both fall off so hard. And then when they eventually take your tower from pushing the wave in, and while you're missing farm, it's whatever. You just farm. They're not gonna do anything late game. You just have to scale. You know that you scale. They don't scale.
Alright. What if there's a guy who goes crazy trollerino and goes double AD carry?
So those
double AD carry karma.
Wait, double A, so karma AD carry?
Yeah.
And you're laning with the karma AD carry?
Yeah.
Just try to make it work. Don't ever rage about it.
Alright.
If you bitch at them about it, that's giving them what they want.
I pretty much never say anything in chat except for buff timers or dragon timer.
That's really good. That's really good. It will happen. I mean, you can't win every game. It happens in diamond. It happens in bronze. It happens in gold. It happens in every division. You just have to work around it. Just know that it happened to you. Eventually, at some point, the Elo gods will make it happen to the other team, and you'll get a free win from it.
Yeah.
So just pretty much practice on your laning at that point. Whatever, you're trading, you're farming. You're still playing the same. It's still League of Legends. You can still get something from every game, whether it be practicing your farm, practicing your kiting, even if you're behind late game, practicing positioning, your calls, map awareness, whatever. Just always make sure, even in games that are troll, to just learn something from every game. And the divisions will cut. Don't think of it as, oh, I'm trying to get out of gold, I'm stuck in gold, I'm trying to get plat. Try to think of it as, I'm just trying to get better at the game.
Oh yeah, that's usually how I think about it, but
good.
I really just want to get to plat because I'm close to it, because I wasn't even thinking about my division. I didn't even know I was in gold 1 until like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, I'm in gold.
That's the best mentality you can have is, I'm just trying to get better. How do I get better? What can I work on?
Alright,
learn something from every other game.
Alright, one last question.
Sure.
How do you end a game?
How do you end a game? It depends. You have to think about the team comps. So that game, they have a Rengar. You can't end the game by split. Well, you can't end the game by split pushing against a Rengar. He'll kill you. They have Trundle with TP. They have Karma speed buff. You can't end it by splitting. That's what I was telling you about the mid end being down and making calls about that. teams in gold just seem to flock mid all the time. They just flock mid over and over and over again. You just really have to put it in your team's head that they need to go to a side lane. And just ping like crazy, ping like mad, type in chat, hey team, we need to go bottom, mid and him's dead. Let's go. Let's go do Baron. Just don't get stuck going mid. That's why games get drug out in low elo. That's why people get frustrated about their teams being bad. In solo queue, if you want to win more often, you need to make calls. Your team's not going to make the right call. You can't trust your team to make the right calls. It will happen, but the only constant in solo queue is you. So you should make the calls. We need to go bottom. We need to go top. We need to take a side lane now.
Alright.
Is that all you have for me?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
I hope you learned a lot. You did really well. Just work on the CSing early game. Work on respecting the fog of war. You walked into a couple people in the fog of war. It happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens to Wild Turtle. It happens to me. It happens to everybody. And yeah, you did a good job.
Alright, thanks man for your time.
No problem.